It's an everyday thing, it's an everyday thing, it's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
My name is Gabby, and I am married to Togod 007, aka Milton Dixon, owner of MGD Transport and Recovery. And I am going, since he likes to get on his live post and dog me out and tell these one-sided ass stories about, oh, she put me out, oh this, oh that, I'm going to tell some of my side of the story in different posts, because it'll take a whole month of posts to even just talk about some of the stuff he's done. So we got married 7/11 of 2018. And, you know, number one, I knew it was something weird because he wanted to get married too fast, okay? And I'm like, you know, we can get to know each other. He was like, oh, you know, time is a white man's game, da-da-da-da-da. Let down my guards, trusted him, married him in, 2 months. This is somebody that I knew of, not knew, but knew of since high school. Columbia High School here in Decatur, Georgia, back in 1996. So I started noticing little things, listening. You know, just, he didn't really want me to be around my family. He didn't want me to really be around my children. I'm heavy into cars. He would always think, oh, you're out here messing with people, da-da-da. So when he's on here talking about I'm insecure, no, it's you that's insecure. So when you talking about me, you really talking about you. So less than a year of us being married, I can remember I worked from home. I can remember him being on his Xbox, and we got into not even a big argument, but of course, just like how he's on his live dogging me, he likes to take it too far. He likes to rip down your character. He started making fun of my father's past, and that's like your daddy did. You on live talking about not on live, but on PlayStation dogging me, talking about how all these men they can telling your friends y'all want her, y'all can have her. She means nothing to me. This is less than a year into our marriage, okay? And I just sat there and I to this day I haven't recorded, and I should upload it, of him just dogging me. And I'm just gonna give a quick summary, because again, it'll take forever. This man has spit on me. This man has put his hands on me. This man has bucked on my children. This man has made fun of my mother's passing. When my mama died, he tried to act so concerned. And then 4 days later, he said, I didn't want to go to the funeral home to see your dead fat ass mama anyway. I have that in the form of a text message too. He talks about, I don't want him to have friends. No, baby, it's you that didn't want me to have damn friends. I can remember fiddling around with TikTok back in 2020 when COVID first hit. And, oh, that's all you do, sit on TikTok, da-da-da-da-da-da. And then, now look at you on TikTok, friends with people that barely know you, that don't know the real damn you. If y'all can't see this man got a problem, don't no normal man sit on TikTok live and just dog out their spouse the way they do. And you know why I put this man out my house? Why I got a restraining order on him? Because he was terrorizing not just me, but my children so bad to the point where I had to put him out. The last straw was he twice took a hawk of spit and spit right in my face. Spit right in my face. So you damn right I had him put out my house. So this magnificent Togod that y'all think is so wonderful, so this, so that, baby, that you talk about a devil, and he talk about celebrating Veterans Day. He ain't even a veteran. Matter of fact, he got put out less than a year later. I got his DD-214. He got put out in 9 months because of illicit behavior, because they could not deal with him. Nobody wants to deal with him. And he wants to sit up here and talk about how many kids somebody has. Baby, your mama had you at 12. You want to sit up here and talk about my parents and what the hell was your grandma doing when your mama was out getting bent over at that age? You see what I'm saying? So all the skeletons and stuff in your closet that you trying to sit up here and talk about me, I don't even get on here and do that. I don't even get on here and dog him out and stuff the way he does. And again, I got receipts on this man, recordings of this man putting his hands on me. I remember one time I went to a car show. And I got back home at like 8, it was before 9 o'clock. I got back home and he was real quiet. I could just feel the tension in the air. He was so mad at me that he put his hands on me that night. And the house that we were living in together at the time had a big back porch. And I was sitting on the back porch in a chair against the rail. He pushed me. And the only reason why I didn't fall over that balcony is because the railing did not fully break. But he had to reach over and pick me up, because if it wasn't for that, I would have fell down to the damn ground because of him. And this is multiple occasions where this toe god 007 Milton Dixon has put his hands on me. So before y'all get on here trying to hear one side of stories, you really need, number one, stay out of people's damn marriages. But I know it's hard to stay out of people's marriages when you got people putting you in their marriage. But number two, you really need to hear both sides of the damn story, because you got some real devils on here that pretend to be something that they really not. Again, can't nobody tell you, you can't tell me nothing about somebody that I was married to. You cannot tell me anything about this man. I know this man. I know when he's sleepy. I know when he's tired. I know when he's aggravated. I know everything about him. So yeah, wise girls, Quita, Patty, and whoever else is just so in love with this man, y'all don't know this man like I do at all. And yes, the only reason I made this page because he on his page right now trying to dog me out so damn bad. And you want to sit up here and talk about I'm jealous. Okay, how the hell you supporting this group, these girls, wise girls? You don't even know them. But I started a cleaning business that I stopped because I had just lost my mom when I started this cleaning business. So yes, I got into a funk. I got depressed. You accuse me of selling, but you just met these chicks. You don't even know them, and you just so supportive of them. Come on now. And y'all be on here just soaking it up. Y'all just be on here just thinking this man is so wonderful. Let a man spit in your face. Okay? Let a man call your underage daughters all kind of bitches and hoes and see how much you're gonna appreciate it. But I got receipts. I got some videos, and I got some recordings that I'm about to post that's going to show exactly who Toe God is.
What it do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. We back at the confessional, and yes, we staying lit, big dog, man. Shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. Shout out to my homeboy Lucky Wizard Dizzy, keeps it lit. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to this video, and let me know how y'all feel about this situation we got going on here on TikTok, man. We got the Miss Toe God, aka Gabby. Her real TikTok is Gabby Gabby, but I guess she made this page just to air it all out, okay? Her husband is Toe God 007, which his channel is now banned. If y'all can't tell, I'm hella under the weather, but the show must go on, okay? Toe God 007, his channel is now banned. You won't see him pull up. It's gone. It's gone. But apparently he's been airing her out for the last few days, and she's just had enough. So she's putting out her side of the story, and she's wanting to tell it all. And she says stay out of people's business, okay? Stay out of people's marriages. But we can't stay out if you open up the door. So let's continue. We got more.
This is me. No filter, nothing. Baby, if I could show you a picture of myself 2-3 years ago, I look like I was waking up from the damn dead. And I'm not saying that like I'm the prettiest person in the world, but I was so stressed out that I couldn't even really recognize myself. I had gained weight. My hair is naturally curly. I have 3C hair, and it's naturally wavy and curly. It's beautiful. My curls would not lay right. I wasn't really getting my nails and my feet done. I wasn't really taking care of myself because I was in such a mental fog from the narcissistic abuse, the verbal abuse, the mental abuse, the emotional abuse that I was receiving. I didn't know who I was. The minute I put this nigga out my house, I noticed a change in myself. I noticed a change in my kids as well, because they were in fight or flight mode as well. It was almost like the old house that I lived in, the garage had this certain, so anytime we heard it, it was like, oh God, he's home. My kids would run in their room just to avoid even dealing with him. But I had these dark rings around my eyes. My face was breaking out. I wasn't who I used to be prior to him. I stopped doing everything that I loved. Again, I'm heavy into old schools. I stopped driving my old cars. I stopped going to my car meets, everything. So when he posts talking about, oh, she insecure, no, honey, it was you. Because again, you tried to push me off the balcony of the patio. But, you know, of course, you're not going to mention a lot of the stuff that you did to me. But when you dealing with somebody like that, baby, they may not kill you physically, but they will damn sure kill you emotionally. I'm telling you, just get away from it. And they wonder why you don't want to sleep with them anymore. And that's the whole reason why he mad, is because he was trying, you know, last week I could show these text messages, and I'm like, no, I'm good on that, because I'm trying to break a soul tie. And yes, soul ties are real. I'm trying to break a soul tie. And the last thing I need is to let you intertwine with me. I can't say, you know, intertwine with me, and then next thing you know, I'm back in that fucking fog again. And then every time we would do something, a day or two later, you would dog me out. So why would I want to continue to open myself up to somebody like this?
Amen.
But,
amen.
Honey, again, you got all these dudes and females that don't know him. They just cheering him on. Oh, no, bro, you deserve. No, baby. It is I that deserve better. Because I let this fucker move in with me. He didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, okay? He couldn't hold down a job. He was always getting fired, left and right getting fired because of his attitude and his mouth. So yes, he had no choice but to start a damn business. And yes, his business is doing good, but you get into people every 5 minutes because of your mouth. Somebody actually just him back in November because of his mouth, but he didn't put out the story of what really happened. He got, because he was out walking his 3 dogs, and the girl got scared, and they got into it, and she threatened him, and he went around the corner. She went around the corner and got her boyfriend, and as he was walking up the street, they and he got kicked because of, again, his mouth. So like I always tell him, your mouth is gonna put you in a world of hurt if you don't watch yourself. But when you get away from people like that, man, it's like your life start thriving. I done bought a house. I started 2 businesses. I just got another contract to become a notary signing agent, which basically every time I go do these documents for these closes on this house, it's almost $200 a pop. I got my house renovated. I'm getting ready to do more things to my house. I'm hanging out with my friends more. I got blessings on top of blessings pouring in. And you know, my dad used to always say, God won't bless you as long as you tell it to an asshole. So it seemed like as long as I was with him, I wasn't really getting any money, or, you know, just little stuff would come up. But the minute I let him go, all these doors just started opening for me. You know why? Because what was meant for me was meant for me, and it wasn't meant for him. Even though being married, just people think that, oh, not all marriages are meant to be. Not all marriages are ordained from God. Trust me. And mine was definitely one of them. And I do not regret putting him out. And think about it. It takes a lot for a woman to want to give up on her marriage. And it takes a lot for a woman to even want to get her husband away from her. Why do you think so many women stay in these abusive relationships? And they keep, well, why won't you get rid of them? Because it's not that easy. But baby, when I got to the point where I was just like, you know what? I can't deal with no damn more. I couldn't deal with no damn more. You got to go. If my children got to witness you spitting in my face, if my children got to hear you dogging out their deceased grandparents every 5 minutes, you don't need to be around us. So again, please, ToGod _007, owner of MGD Transport and Recovery, please stop getting on this app acting like you're such a wonderful person when you're not. You're terrible. And the only reason these people think you're so wonderful is because they don't have to deal with you 24/7. And the minute they start telling you about yourself, once they find out who you really are, you'll turn on them too, just like how you did on me. So yeah, again, there's always 2 sides to every story, baby. Keep my name out your mouth. All that calling me every name in the book on here, that's completely unnecessary. You ain't doing nothing but exposing, showing people like, see, I told you.
Hey, that's crazy, because I ain't never seen this ToGod 007. I tried to go check his page, and of course his page is gone, probably from, you know, bullying and harassment. He's probably been reported a bunch of times. This is, I mean, you can't be on TikTok wilding out. You can only wild out for so long before they ban your page. He could get it back if he can, prove that what he did wasn't bullying. But I lost my page with over 300,000 subscribers, and I wasn't bullying nobody. I just kept getting people to report when you try to get on here and make jokes. But people are so sensitive on TikTok. It's like, damn, man. It's like, can y'all have a heart, have a laugh?
I'm probably gonna end up making about a lot of videos today, because I swear, like, this morning was just like, you know how frustrating it is to have somebody like talking about you and you can't even defend yourself, and they sitting there just blatantly lying on you. One thing about me, I'm not, number one, I ain't finna post nobody and bash them and be lying on them. If I'm gonna post you, I'm gonna at least tell the damn truth, all right? If you're gonna post anything about me, please tell the damn truth. Don't fuck up my character because you got a problem with me, okay? All this stuff that Togod _007 just keeps on posting, like, come on now. If you look at this man feed, number one,
His feed.
that's another rabbit hole to go down. If you're gonna post about me, at least post the damn truth. If you're gonna post about anybody, don't destroy their damn character. But see, that's what them narcissists do. If you're familiar with the term narcissism, you understand flying monkeys. And what they do is they put all this bullshit out there about you, and they get they flying monkeys, and they flying monkeys be like, yeah, and they egging them on and telling them, yeah, you're right, they're wrong. They're not even thinking like, well, damn, maybe I need to hear both sides. I don't really fully know this person like that, so let me just, or instead of you letting your friend embarrass themselves, looking loud, being loud, stupid, ignorant, you sitting there egging it on. You become part of the problem too. So now you got all these flying monkeys that don't even know you. Let me say something. If I have a friend I don't let my homeboys dog they wives. I don't even have homeboys that dog they wives, to be honest. But if I had a homeboy that was like dogging his wife, I'd be like, hey, don't call her that. Don't say that. Hey, you need to get off the internet and resolve that with your wife. Or you need to go sit your ass down somewhere and go reflect. But don't get on the internet dogging your spouse. This is all the time.
Amen.
And all his friends, oh, yeah. Then you got this one lady named Patty. You don't know him, Patty. Like, go to him.
I want to know who Patty is.
Child. Oh, I come on now.
Who is Patty?
Come on. Like, you post about me all day long, but you going to put some respect on my name, and you're not finna be on here calling me every name in the book. You're not finna be on here lying on me that, doing defamation of character just to make yourself look good. But you know what though? People like this, especially when they have a diagnosed mental issue, if you sit back long enough, they will expose themselves. But here's what narcissists also do. They gather these people and they you can love bomb friends too. You can make them think you just the most wonderful thing in the darn world. Don't nobody know about the real you. So by the time these friends are hooked on this person, they're thinking that this devil can do no wrong. So even if you was to present these friends with these screenshots, recordings of abuse, that's not my friend. Even with the dude in the video, you still don't think this your friend? Ooh.
So we gonna get to what Togod actually looks like. Now, she is not a bad looking woman. She probably, let herself go a little bit over the years. She even talks about how she was overweight at one point and, stressed out hair, whatever. But you gotta see Togod. This girl is a 10 compared to him.
Anything about me? No, the beauty of social media is you can pick and choose what you want to view, what you don't want to view, what you want to comment on, what you don't want to comment on. So I done had a few trolls come through here already. Oh, we don't want to hear it. Don't. Get the fuck off my page. It's as simple as that. This is why so many men and women have had horrible experiences and they don't come forward. And when they do come forward, people like to victim shame. So this is why a lot of people walk around here with trauma. You wonder what's wrong with you. You just got all this stuff built up in you that you can't talk about. And then when you talk about whether you go to a therapist or whatever, oh, look at you, don't do that to people. Look, if you got a problem with my page, keep it to yourself, all right? I'm not gonna approve your comment. I'm gonna block you immediately. I'm going to delete you immediately. Again, this is where the victim shaming comes from, because y'all can have people that may have gotten in a family, and then you got the old aunties and grandmas saying, oh, that didn't happen, you need to hush your mouth, you just this. Or if something happened to a young girl, oh, that happened to you because of the way you were dressed. Or if you this, if you that, instead of saying, dang, I'm sorry that happened to you, it's, oh, what did you do to... Nobody deserves to be treated like shit. Nobody deserves to be abused, whether it be mentally, physically, emotionally. Nobody deserves that. So if somebody wants to come forward and tell their story, don't victim shame them. Because let me tell you something, karma is something else. And when you try to tell somebody how to handle something, try to make somebody feel bad, or get on here and try to roast or whatever, you might want to be careful. Because the same thing might happen to you, and then when it happens to you, everybody, how would you feel that everybody around you was like, oh, nobody wants to hear it, nobody this, that didn't happen to you. And then I hope you sit back and think, damn, maybe that's how that person felt when I told them that. Yeah, so all that victim shaming stuff, please get off my page with that.
So yeah, this is his page. It is now banned. Account banned. Account Togai 007 is no longer available. He had 20,000 followers. 20,000 followers. Man, almost 1 million likes. Like, bro, I want her wilding out on this woman, his wife, who obviously loved him more than he loved himself. Had his business going well, and this is what he looked like. All I'm saying is, the brother could have used a comb in his past life. Okay, maybe a line-up, okay? Maybe some skincare lotion, you know what I'm saying? Maybe some chapstick, okay? Maybe some braces. Maybe some deodorant. He looked like he smelled like Black and Miles, okay? Nah, this the type of guy that smokes Swisher Sweets, okay? I ain't talking about what some ganja rolled in. I just mean just a straight Swisher Sweet. Like, yo.
Didn't really talk as much earlier today because I work full-time from home, but you know how you may go through like traumatic experiences, whether it be from your childhood, teenage years, adulthood, or whatever, and you try to block them off. So it's not saying that you are forgetting about what happened, you just want to shut them out. So I can remember one incident. It was when my mother died, and of course, you know, he wanted to act all concerned and stuff. So, you know, he was coming around, like, you know, again, he was concerned, but at the time, I wasn't even really studying him like that. I had, number one, I was still in this daze, like, oh my God, I just lost my mother. And my mother died, like, literally, here today, gone tomorrow. She died suddenly, completely unexpected. Just a shocker. Whew. But, oh. So, in the midst of me and my 4 other siblings planning her funeral, trying to grasp what just happened to my mother, who was fairly young, just 64, I got him around, and I'm like, I really don't want you here because you are who you are. So I'm not really, I can't even really focus on you, but he was trying to make me feel bad because, I mean, I can remember I was at the funeral home and he was trying to make me feel bad because I didn't answer the phone. Nick, I'm planning my mother's funeral. I don't have time to talk to you right now. I'm literally in the funeral parlor picking out an urn for my mother and other things. So because of how he was, and I knew, I'm like, you know what, it'd just be a matter of time before you're making fun of her passing. And to be honest, I was even scared to even and I knew he was gonna find out because we have a lot of friends coming again. We grew up together, same area, so it was a matter of time before he was gonna find out. And I was like, he ain't gonna do nothing to make fun of it. So in the obituary, my sister asked me, she said, Gabby, do you want your married name or your maiden name in mommy's obituary? My mama couldn't stand him. And I was like, there's no way in the hell I could see myself putting that name in her obituary. So I put my maiden name. Didn't even listen, you know, they have the parentheses. None of that. None of that.
Fire starter though.
So, you know, he was like, you want me to come to? No, I don't want you to come to her funeral. For what? Number one, my brothers are gonna, if you come walking through that darn door on sight. Number two, why? My mother couldn't stand you. You disrespected my mother. You have done so much to, again, not just me, not just my children, my mother, my siblings, my friends. I mean, it is a lot. So I can remember I was sitting on the sofa and I was crying. This was maybe like 2 days after he passed away. It was a Saturday, and I was on the sofa just crying hysterically. He was like, it's just something else for you to play victim about. I'm like, nigga, I just lost my mama 48 hours ago. I am upset. I can remember having moments about my dad, and he would be like, oh, you just using that to play victim. These are my parents. I can't have a moment about my parents. If I have a moment about my parents and I'm playing, because put in mind, he still got his mom and his dad. So, you know.
Ooh-wee.
But fast forward, we ended up having her funeral that next Saturday, next Friday, January 14th. And he's back to being him. And the next thing you know, I knew it was coming. Got this text message. He said, that's why your mama dead. Your fat mama, may she rot in hell. Put in mind, I just buried my mama 72 hours ago when somebody sent me this. I did not sleep that whole night because I literally wanted to hop in my car and fill in the blanks. I did. And you wonder why I did not list your name in my mother's obituary, just for you to continuously, even after that, you just continuously. Oh yeah, what about January 6th? Find that funny. January, that's the day my mother passed away. January 6th, that was a funny ass day.
Golly.
Whew, that's just one of many cruel incidents. And even when he never even met my dad. My daddy died like maybe less than a year before we got together. And he never met my father. And it was always, oh, that's why your daddy did. Get over it. Get over it. Get over it. You need to get over it. Life goes on. Get over it. Just keep in mind, you can still pick up your phone. Hey, mama. Hey, daddy. You can still pull up on your parents. I can't. So when I was still with him, I held a lot of stuff in. I didn't cry around him. If I had a moment, I would go out to my garage, sit in my car and cry, or I would just go in the bathroom and I would just let it lie. Because if I let it loose around him, I got fussed at. So it was stuff like that. Yeah.
Damn.
Okay.
Hey, well, I don't know what is in the water in Atlanta, but it seems as if everybody in Atlanta is bringing their problems to the internet. Okay, this is what we would call a trauma video. I see from my last video with Gail Lewis, it was a lot of people who are familiar with the type of traumas that Gail Lewis was actually going through, except for her actually doing the thing first. But you know, for the second time, like her husband deceiving her husband deceiving all these other women, and all this other stuff that goes on. It's like we go from women being deceitful or men being deceitful to the women and using one woman against the other when it's really the man. And here you got another instance of verbal abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse. It's just like, at some point, some people just be upset with themselves. They're not happy with where they are in life, and he's angry about a lot of things. He probably suffers from a lot of childhood traumas he haven't gotten over. And like all of us men, we all have a past. Well, not all of us, but you know, a good majority, including myself, that you know, we at some point we gotta learn from the mistakes that we put others through. And but I think it's too late for him. Like, this is something that you should have fixed when you were younger. You still can have time to fix it, but fix it by yourself. You don't need to keep bringing this woman down, because that's what these people that like to abuse mentally, physically, emotionally, they continue to hold people down. They don't give them time to move on. They don't give them space. They want to keep a lock on their phone, keep a lock on their life, always checking in and trying to use things that they know about you to hurt you the most. And that's the worst part about people when you dating. Is a lot of people. That's why a lot of men and women don't open up to their spouse, especially when they got abusive one. It's worse when you got an abusive spouse and they don't know that they abusive. They just think that everything is supposed to go their way. Those are the worst ones. But I'm not a psychologist. I'm just a Negro from the streets. And when I see stuff that goes on, and I remember being young, and I used to see, like, the old heads in my neighborhood beating on their wives, and like we'll have to beat up one of my friends' mom's boyfriends because he didn't put hands on stuff like that. We didn't have to do that. So I see where she coming from, because it happens. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have to whoop a few stepdads and shit like that. You know what I mean? But it's that's we was just being protective of my friend's mother, which and at the end of the day, she couldn't even stand up for herself. Finally, she took the time and left him. You know what I mean? Like, even as we got older, they, sometimes they be stuck in that trauma, giving them the type of D to make you put a tattoo on your face. Or some people just have stuff that goes on in their life and they don't know how to walk away. Okay, they find themselves in a comfortable position and they like, this feels comfortable, and they stick in it, even if it is traumatizing, if it's dangerous. So, I get it. I don't get it, but I get it. Okay. Everyday people, man, let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to holler at you later. Peace.
Day and night. For some women, it can start working in its